What is happening, sports fans? It's your main man, Matt, from the DFS 5-pack. I am rocking it solo. It is Friday, December 3rd. We've got 9 NBA games to talk over. Excited to do just that. I'm going to make one video today for the public and members only. A little bit of a late start. I got my COVID booster yesterday, and I am tired as hell today. So feeling the effects for sure. And yeah, a little bit of a later start than I would have liked, but we'll just make one video. Got a fun Friday night slate to talk over. Before I get into that, I want to shout out our promoters. Got Jazz Sports. Talked about it for the past couple of days, but if you join and sign up for Jazz Sports, you get a no-risk wager up to $1,000 on your first bet. Can't really beat that. That's $1K back if your first wager is graded a loss. I mean, I'm not sure of any other site or any book that's offering a deal like that. And then as far as loose lines go, you get really good lines and odds, reduced juice, and a ton of other perks. You also get an additional 50% off there when you deposit. So really good deals at both sites. I'm really loving it over there. So come on and join me, and I'm going to have some sports betting content coming out sooner rather than later for sure. So as far as tonight goes, we got 9 NBA games, like I said. Let me screen share this, and we'll be on our way. All right, so starting at the top, we got Cleveland at Washington. I'm loving this Cavs team, especially with Mobley in. He's just a stud. I think he's got a good chance to make the All-Star team, coming off a really, really good game in Miami. Back-to-back road wins for the Cavs in Miami and in Dallas. Love to see it. Jared Allen continues to play good ball. None of the Cavs guys are priorities for me here. There's just a lot of other really good spots on this slate, to put it simply. But I like the cut of the Cavs jib right now. Garland, Allen, and Mobley would be my favorite guys. Now, Washington's been pretty good defensively, so I'm not going out of my way for the Cavs. I'm not looking to stack them, but all these guys are in play for me. Mobley at the top, then Allen, then Garland. As far as the Wizards go, with BON, not really much I'm looking at. I guess the one guy you could potentially use is Daniel Gafford, who's been really good. Price up a little bit to 5K, but he's got 30 plus in 4 straight with big upside in 3 of those. I got 0 issues with Gafford here. Other than that, Avdi is questionable. He's coming off a pretty good game. That might open up a rotation spot, but no one I'm interested in really. So the Cavs pieces are all fine, no musts. And then I think Gafford is right in that mix for the Washington side. We got Miami and Indy. This is a spot where we will have some plays. So Butler's out, and Bam is out. So that opens up Dwayne Dedmon, who we saw have a monster game last time out, finally put up a great DFS score. I think he's right back in play. I don't think he's a must at 4,800, though. I mean, now he's the same price as Daniel Gafford, who's been producing like that pretty much on a game-by-game basis. So Dedmon's in play, but not a must. I like Hero a lot. Struggled last game, still took 23 shots. The Cavs just kind of blew them out, lost run late. I like Hero quite a bit here. I think he looks like a good look in all formats. After that, like Lowry, 7,800. Probably doesn't get much love. I don't hate it, but really it's Hero. I think Dedmon's fine. I don't hate Gabe Vincent, who played 28 minutes last time out. Really it's Hero for me from the Miami side. And then as far as Indiana goes, still no Justin Holiday, and TJ McConnell's out. So saw Jeremy Lamb just not playing enough. Chris Duarte played 35 minutes at 4,400. He's fine. Again, not a must as evidenced by his 17 DK points last time out, but he should play big minutes again tonight. You got Karis LeVert at 5,700. More solid than spectacular. I'm not excited about it, but he's in play at under 6K. Malcolm Brogdon price increased to 8,500, so I would say that he's also in play, not a must. And then Sabonis and Turner. I'm not looking to pay 96 for Sabonis. Turner. Yeah, I think Turner's a look at 6K. I probably like those guys that are a little bit cheaper, like Gafford, even Dedmon a little bit just because of the price. We got Philly and Atlanta playoff rematch. Outside of Ben Simmons, Philly's healthy. So with Embiid in. Embiid's always in play. He's a stud. If you want to play Embiid, do it. Shot 3 of 17, still put up 50, 60K points. Check out the rebounding numbers. He's amazing. Other than that, no one else on Philly I'm looking at really. Although Shake Milton's interesting at 4,100. 24 plus and 3 of 4, getting good run. Don't hate it. Don't hate it, to say the least. Other than that, Philly is just not really a team I'm looking to get to. And these guys are like fine as fillers, but I like the Cavs guys more. With Embiid in, it's just his team. And then Atlanta, we've got Bogdanovich out and Cam Reddish out. Lou Wills played 16 minutes in back-to-back games. Don't really trust him from a DFS perspective, but he's starting to get run. Herder's priced up a little bit. I think he's fine. Not a guy I'm excited about using, especially at 5,100. Atlanta. This game is probably not a game I have too much exposure to. Trae Young was awesome last time out. He's in good form right now. So again, in a game that should be tight, they couldn't stop him last year in the playoffs. He's right there with Embiid for me. Like, I don't mind Trae Young, but not a priority for me here. Next up, we got Minnesota and Brooklyn. So we're still waiting to hear the availability of Jared Vanderbilt, who's playing a lot of minutes right now. Karl Anthony Towns, I believe, is going to play. He took a bad fall, so kind of expected him not to play. But after going through shoot around, now I expect him to play. So he should eat here against Brooklyn inside, but he's been more solid than spectacular this year. He's kind of coming off the injury. I don't really want to risk him. D'Lo all the way up to 8,700. I love him in a revenge spot here. He had been really good before that Washington game, but now he's priced up. Again, I think he's in play for me. He's right in the mix with those Cavs guys, but with Edwards and Towns both in, it's hard to want to spend top dollar on any of them. If Towns happens to be out, it makes me like those other guys more. If Towns is out, I think we can definitely look at Naz Reid and Vanderbilt also, assuming he plays. We got news that Nick Claxton, was going to play today. Interesting to see how much they play him. He's a guy that can put up DFS points. He's only 3K, so worth monitoring if nothing else. He might eat into Aldridge a little bit. Don't really want to spend 6K on him. KD at 10-4. Not really where my big money is going to go. The Beard at 11-5. Awesome last time out. I'm not chasing that. You kind of need a score like that if you're spending this money on him on this slate. So another game, probably don't get it too much of. Guys are priced accordingly. Now we get to a game that I think I will have some exposure to. We've got Orlando at Houston. Two bad teams with a lot of injuries. Starting with Orlando, I like Cole Anthony here. Plays big minutes, was productive in his return last time out against Denver. 45 DK points. It's priced up a little bit, but that's the nature of the beast on this slate. Good matchup against Houston. I like Cole Anthony here. I think Gary Harris is a fine filler, playing monster minutes. Good spot against Houston. You could do a lot worse at 4K than Gary Harris, for sure. Wendell Carter Jr. is fine. Price up a little bit. Hasn't been great the past two games. I still think he's in play, though. This game looks like it could have a ton of upside. And Cole Anthony's my favorite. Then probably Harris and I forgot about Mo Bamba. These guys, it's tough to trust them like Bamba, but his upside's right there with, all those other guys like Miles Turner. He's got higher upside in my opinion. Lower floor though. Orlando's always a tough nut to crack, but with Jalen Suggs out, it does kind of solidify the backcourt minutes. It's a great spot against a great pace-up spot against Houston. So Cole Anthony looks like a guy I might prioritize tonight. And then Wendell Carter, Gary Harris, Mo Bamba all in play for me as well. As far as Houston goes, Christian Wood missed most of the last game. He left after 9 minutes. He says he's going to play tonight. We shall see. He's pricey. I doubt I want to spend the money on him there. Jayshawn Tate went absolutely nuts. So no Christian Wood obviously really helped him. Like DK says right here, one of the best lines anyone had all year for any player. He's still in play at 6K. Just don't expect that, massive outing. Armani Brooks looks like a really good play with KPJ questionable. I'm not sure that he plays here. If he's out, I like Armani Brooks a lot. We'll have to see who's starting, but I assume it would be Brooks. Garrison Matthews, again, continues to be a cog type at 4,500. This game has a lot of pieces in play for me. We'll just have to wait and see who's actually in and who's out. Next up, we got the Pels and Mavs. We just saw this game. The Pelicans got absolutely rolled on. Lost by 30. That's New Orleans for you. They beat the Clippers in LA one night, and then they lose at home by 30 to Dallas the next. Now they're in Dallas. As far as New Orleans goes, and they're priced up a bit. J-Bout was awful last time out. I'm sure he bounces back, but not really where I want to go at 9,400. Ingram now up to 79. I think he's still fine, but not a guy I'm like locking in. Josh Hart, fine. Not a guy I'm locking in. New Orleans got a ton of honorable mentions for me here. Devontae Graham at 4,700, fine with him. I like a couple other value pieces better, though, so probably not where I prioritize. And then as far as Dallas goes, Luka's fine. He's right there with like Embiid and Trae Young for me. If I'm using studs, I probably would go to those guys because they're a little bit cheaper. So Luka not a must for me here. I think he's fine. I never will argue with anyone that wants to use him, but close to 12K, probably not where I go. All right, 3 games left. Boston and Utah. This is an interesting game. Jaylen Brown's out, so it opens up like Jason Tatum, who had been really good when, the few games Brown had missed earlier. Brown missed more than a few games, but the past few games he had missed, Tatum had been really good. So tough spot against Utah, but no Jaylen Brown just opens up a ton for Boston. So Tatum would be my favorite. Then Schroeder, then Smart. Robert Williams is fine. I think I like the Gaffords of the world more, knowing that if Williams plays big minutes, he's got higher upside. They finally got Cantor's last name is Freedom. That looks weird, but good for him. Yeah, obviously it's a tough spot. We never really looked too much at guys in Utah. We don't really like picking on Boston. So if I'm using Tatum, I probably have interest in Donovan Mitchell. He's been really good the past 2 games that have gotten out of hand. So in a close game, I think his upside's real. And then Gobert's fine. Again, another guy. I'd probably rather use Jarrett Allen, but same price point. And Gobert has shown higher upside recently. So worth noting, if nothing else. Want to go back. I missed a couple guys on Dallas. Forgot to talk about that I had circled before the slate started. First is Jalen Brunson, down to 4,900. Only played 24 minutes last time out, but the game got out of hand. So I expect him to play closer to 30 if this game is close. And at 4,900, the value's real. And then you got the guys inside, like presuming, well, yeah, he's probably not going to play. So then you got like Kleba. None of these guys are going to excite you like Finney Smith, but with Porzingis out, it just opens up minutes and opportunities inside. Could potentially see a Boban night. Wouldn't expect it, but wouldn't shock me either. All righty, a couple games left. We've got the Suns and the Warriors. We just saw this game. Phoenix won, and they also won last night. So this is a 3-4 for Phoenix. I imagine the world's on Golden State here with D-Book out. As far as the Phoenix side goes, Cameron Payne at 3,700 getting a ton of love. Played 21 minutes and basically 10x last night at this price point, 8x at this price point. He's 400 cheaper than he was last night. He looks one of the better value plays on the slate. CP3 looks good here. With Booker out, I like these Suns guys. It is a back-to-back. It's Golden State. We know they're good defensively, but Phoenix has won like 18 in a row, and they're big dogs here. I kind of like the Phoenix side. I think they play well here. Everyone's overlooking them with Booker out, even though they've won 18 in a row. I think Mikal Bridges is in play. I don't really want to spend 6K on him. My 3 favorites are going to be Payne, Ayton, and Paul. Then like Landry Shamet at 4K is fine. Cam Johnson. Ooh, I actually like Cam Johnson a lot too. He's been good. So he's definitely on the short list. And then the other guy was Jay Crowder. Wasn't good last night, but only played 24 minutes, probably because they have a much bigger game tonight. All the Phoenix guys aren't playing for me. As far as Golden State goes, Steph was awful in that game. I assume he's going to be a lot better tonight. Now, don't know if I want to spend 11-9 on him, but it's Steph Curry, always in play, and he's got upside on any price right now. Jordan Poole was the man last time out. I expect more from Curry tonight. Draymond's fine, not excited about it. Otto Porter's playing good ball. Now at home, he's playing big minutes. I actually kind of like Porter here. Sleeper at 4,800. Again, I wouldn't say he's like a priority for me, but sleeper status for sure. All right, last but not least, we got the clip show at the Lakers. So basically at home, 2 home games here. They're technically playing at the Lakers. As far as the Clippers go, Paul George is back tonight. The Clippers are sliding right now. They have lost 3 in a row, kind of gotten killed in 3 in a row. Sacramento, New Orleans, and Golden State. With Paul George back, I expect this to be a game. No one from the Clippers I'm like going out of my way to roster, though, with George back. I think George is fine, but not a priority for me at 10-3. And I think this, with LeBron at the same price, I'd take LeBron over Paul George, even though it's close. I mean, George is obviously the main guy for the Clippers, and LeBron has to deal with AD and Westbrook. But at the same price, give me Bron. Transition right over to the Lakers with Bron in. Davis is going to play, and Westbrook is going to play because he always plays. It's crazy that he's the most expensive. I mean, if I'm playing one of these guys, it's going to be LeBron, but I'm probably not playing any of them. They're all priced how they should be with all 3 of them playing. The one guy I could really get on board with from the Lakers, is Dwight Howard. Ooh, he's starting here. Just lock him in. 3,600. I mean, it could go bad. He said that, Frank Vogel said that while he's starting here, he shouldn't be considered the long-term starter, and that the starting job will be evaluated on a game-by-game basis. So if he sucks early, he might not come in again. That said, he's clearly got 10x upside at 3,600 because he just did it. So if I'm making one lineup today, I'm playing Dwight Howard, and I'm playing Cameron Payne. A little lineup building before I let y'all go, even though you can go whenever you want because you're just watching this video. Probably want to put Payne at shooting guard. So the first guy that is Cole Anthony. I like Cole Anthony a lot. Price is not a problem because we got these value guys all over. Tyler Hero. So a lot of guards I like. What else is new? That's nothing new. Happens a bunch. Some slates are loaded at center, some slates are loaded at guard. This seems to be one that's loaded at guard for me. I think Karis LeVert is a good look there. There's a lot of good plays on this slate. Talked about Chris Duarte, Jalen Brunson. It's hard without knowing injury news, but Cam Johnson here at 4,200. Tatum here because obviously I'm a tournament guy, so I'm building like a tournament. Go Donovan Mitchell, and then we got 3,900 left for forward. I don't really like that range, so I'd take Mitchell out. Now we can go Otto Porter. And then this is where I could use like Ingram or Lowry. Don't love it, but also could take out Tatum. Let's see. So now you'd have 9K left. You can obviously use whatever stud you want. If you want to go Steph, you got 6,100 at forward left. That gives you Mikal Bridges, who I like. Jayshawn Tate. So a bunch of good plays here. You guys get the point. A lot of good plays on this slate. Appreciate you guys bearing with me. I'm not feeling 100 today. Feeling a little bit under the weather, so sorry if I was a little bit monotone. I appreciate you guys as always. If you want more content, more me, more videos, any of that stuff, go check out the DFS 5-pack. We'd love to have you. And yeah, we got some announcements coming soon, so stay tuned on that. And hopefully everyone has a great Friday night leading up to a great weekend. Thanks again, guys.